Hey, good morning. Defining wants versus needs in retirement. Welcome to Two Retired Guys and a Podcast. My name is Naresh. That's my buddy Paul. And we're looking at wants versus needs in retirement because it's different than, wants versus needs in your working years. So when you're working, that's more about survival and stability and that kind of thing. But in your retirement, it's about health, independence, and peace of mind. Right, Paul?
Yep. Yep.
So let's look at needs first, Paul. These protect your dignity, safety, and independence. So one of the most important is core living, which is housing, your utilities, mortgage, rent, basic groceries, transportation, and insurance.
Yeah. Your main your main housing costs, whatever that if your house is paid off, then you still got taxes to pay, stuff like that. Your main thing that you want.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
got to have everybody's got to have a roof over their head. Whether you're renting, even after you're retired, some people still rent. Whether you're renting or you own your own home,
Yeah,
free and
that's the
clear.
need.
You're gonna still have property taxes,
Yeah.
utilities, basic groceries. You got to
Yeah.
eat, right, Paul?
Yeah. Yeah.
Uh, Transportation. You know, even if you don't want a car, you still have to take transit or whatever. That's still
Yeah.
transportation. It's a need. And insurance. You need your home insurance, auto insurance, health insurance.
Yeah. Insurances always get you. And if you
You get
still some have health life insurance as well. So yeah, those are all the needs, your essentials.
that's the core needs that
Yeah.
everybody has, right?
Yeah.
And when it comes to your health, that's number 2 point. Things like because once you retire, right, Paul, you don't have any more plans and this and that. You may not,
Yeah,
yeah,
you may
most likely.
some do till maybe 65, or you got some
Yeah, that's
benefits.
lucky few, but most people will have Blue Cross, and you have to buy Blue Cross or Green or whatever.
Yeah, yeah.
So see what prescriptions are covered, dental, vision. Well, dental in Canada is covered for pretty much most retirees. Uh, Vision, mobility aids like canes and walkers. Your fitness could be a need because if you buy new shoes, gym equipment, classes, yeah, I think you can get away. I don't know if that's a need to go to the gym. You can do a lot of fitness stuff without
Yeah,
having to
you
go
can
to the gym.
there's so much things you can just do at home.
Yeah,
So many
yeah.
things. Just like so many.
So
So,
I don't. So I think prescriptions, yes, obviously.
yeah.
We're all on to. We all have multiple prescriptions now. Dental, vision, yes, and mobility aids. A lot of people would need. You got knee replacements happening, hip replacements happening, that kind of thing, right? So
Yeah.
health, core living, and health are two of the most important, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
So then the next one, Paul, is financial security, which includes emergency funds, conservative investing at this time, inflation
Yeah.
protection, and long-term care planning. Right, Paul?
Yeah, this is the time that you want to, your long-term care stuff, like wh- you know, again, it comes down to that, what's in 5 years? What do we want to do in 10 years? Maybe
Yeah,
15 years, and just kind of have those plans. Yeah. Long-term care planning is normally essential.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
It's absolutely essential because you know, uh, you have to, in order to have, your core living, which is housing, basic groceries, transportation, insurance, health. You got to have financial security to be able to look after those things.
Yeah. Yep, for sure.
If you don't have financial security, you're not going to be able to look after those things, and you're not going to have a happy retirement.
Right, exactly.
And that's a very important issue, happy retirement, because that's your last, you're on to your last one. Unfortunately, retirement isn't, we looked at it last week. If you look at our podcast last week, retirement is not finite. No, sorry, not infinite. It is finite. It will,
Yeah.
you probably spend 2/3 of your life, most likely, and 1/3 or 1/4, whatever it may be, is left, and you got to be happy.
Oh, yeah.
So yeah.
Oh, yeah, for
And the
sure.
happiness part comes with at this point, essential social connection, which is staying in contact with close family, maintaining at least a small support network.
Yeah. No, it's always crucial, you need that social connection. I think just you know just become happier and just you have more things to do and stuff like that. So definitely in a need for sure. The essential
Yeah, and all
social
then that
connection for
comes
sure.
in. The last point then plays right into it, which was financial security. So, which helps you stay in contact with with your family. Whether you have to have, like, nowadays you have to have internet. Like, even you don't have to have the fastest internet, but you have to have it because you want to use WhatsApp, this, that, whatever.
Yeah, a
Google,
lot of
whatever.
connections. Yeah.
Yeah, so family connections go.
Well, it's not going away. So
It's not like the old days, Paul,
yeah.
in
Well,
25,
it's
30
definitely not
years
going
ago.
away. So
All we had was a dial phone. You remember those, right?
hmm
So, you got to maintain, even if, again, we've discussed this in our past podcasts. You don't have to have the social network of 50 people. Pick four, five good friends, eight, whatever your number is, whatever, and stay with that
yeah,
and enjoy your life with that. But you do need that.
yeah,
It's a necessity.
yeah,
So, if the way to look at it, I guess, is if it protects your health, shelter, or independence, then it's a need. Uh, you know,
yes,
uh, and all those points that we mentioned, core living, health, financial security, essential social connection, they protect your independence, which is really important to have when you have retired. So
yeah,
I think these are needs for sure in retirement. Now let's look at the wants, Paul. So the retirement wants, these enhance life, right? These enhance life, but aren't required for stability, right? So let's look at
right,
it, like, for example, a little bit about travel, luxury travel versus simple travel.
yeah. Well, it's
You
either
know,
flying first class or economy.
exactly.
Or not. Yeah, or not going over to Europe. Maybe just staying in Canada, doing a little bit, drive here and there or different trips. But you know, it's not saying you can't do that. It's a need for sure. You just save up for it and do it. So
Yeah, exactly. So you're absolutely right. Whether you go if you do go somewhere, are you going to stay at a 5, 6 star hotel, or maybe get away with a 3 star hotel and save
right,
a little bit of money? You
yeah,
know, so that becomes a want, right? Yeah, you want to stay at a 5 star hotel with all the amenities, but you may not be
yeah,
able to afford it, so you may have to stay at a three
right.
star hotel, right?
I mean, if you
So
can't afford stuff, then that's fine. It has to come down to can I handle this? Then it's okay. That's fine.
yeah, exactly. The
Yep.
other one in this thing wants is, we all want premium, subscriptions and everything, right? Everybody wants to have, the Netflix. You got to have Prime. You got, everybody want HBO, and all of those
Disney,
subscriptions.
Crave, uh, everything's a subscription now.
You know,
Everything's a subscription.
Yeah, there's 100 of them. There's
Oh,
literally, you could, so that would bleed money away. So these are absolutely wants, but you can pick one maybe or two and stay with that, rather than, I gotta have that, I gotta have this, I gotta have that. You know, uh,
yeah,
you know, I know, because people, I think, in retirement may tend to do that because they have a little bit more time on their hands, right? And they
yeah,
think, oh, okay, now I need to see the newest Game of Thrones, and now I need to see the newest series that comes out, the Pit, this, that, and before you know it, you've got four different subscriptions going,
yeah.
right?
Oh,
So
yeah.
so that's a big one. That's where people get hit a little bit. Upgrading your vehicles early. Let's say you're driving there's people who will not drive more than a 5-year-old car, which is crazy, absolutely crazy.
Yeah. I mean, if you have the funds and you planned your retirement and you can do it, sure. But it's definitely not a need.
It's
It's
not
a
a
want.
need.
No,
It's a
no,
want, right? Yeah.
no. And the same 5-year-old car gets you the same places as a new car. You just got to
Yeah,
get from A to
exactly.
B. You got to get from A to B. You know, that's it.
Like, you know, I know you don't have to. but I mean, the car companies play at this. Of course, they play at your emotions, right? If they show older retired couples traveling in the newest Lincoln, newest Ford, whatever, newest GM, Toyota. Have you ever seen the ads? The advertisements for the expensive cars are always older guys driving them.
Yes. Oh yeah, yeah.
Ads for Corvettes, you never see really ads for Corvettes. You always see the older guy, like in his 50s or 60s, that's dry.
Well,
And
they
I'm like,
can maybe
really?
finally afford it, or it's their midlife crisis. I don't know.
Yeah, absolutely. So you don't need to upgrade your vehicle if you don't need.
No.
That's a want. That's not a need.
Yeah.
Dining out frequently. If you can't, that's a you can prepare meals at home. Like I said, you have all the time to
Oh yeah.
learn recipes, right? So that's
Right.
not
Right.
a
Yeah.
need. It's a want for
Want. Oh
sure.
yeah. Definitely. It's nice to go out once in a while, but if you have the funds, go out. Sure.
Yeah, yeah.
But it's definitely not a need. You don't need to do that to survive. And yeah, it's good if you choose your once a week get out and you can budget that. That's great. If you start upping it to 3, 4, 5 times a week, well, that's definitely not a need. You do need to
Yeah,
eat, but not
yeah.
necessarily there.
Well, exactly. Because you know what? Unless you retired with millions, I mean, fine, okay, well, but still, most of us retire, Paul, with just normal pension or just so we have to watch our expenses, and we've done many podcasts on that expenses
Yeah.
and what your income. So you've got to stay with that. So you start like, okay, maybe this week I'll eat out twice, or well, what's one more time, and before you know, your budget is blown,
Yeah. Yeah.
right?
Oh yeah.
So high end, dining out frequently, and nowadays it's expensive. It's not cheap. Even if you just go out to Subway, whatever, everything is expensive. Nothing's cheap out there.
No,
Even
it's
and you
not.
don't want to be eating McDonald's. You don't want to be eating McDonald's 3 times a week.
Yeah. Yeah, it's not dining out.
No, no, it's
Yeah.
not gonna do it. When they say dining out frequently, that means dining out, right? So, and
Yeah.
the next one was I kind of looked at was some high end hobbies. So I was thinking people go out for example. One example that I looked at was people go rock climbing, and that's some people still do it in their late 50s and whatnot, 60s.
Yeah.
Expensive.
Oh yeah.
It's hobbies. All
I don't want to
hobbies
bring
are
this one up, but golf is
golfing,
expensive.
and
You,
most
you got your cart. Again, it becomes the needs and wants. You can walk the course, or you can, take your trolley or your cart, and then you got beers on the course, and then each club's about $300-500 or whatever. So it gets pricey. But
yeah,
hey, if that's what you want to do in retirement, then plan for that. Then that's perfect,
yeah,
right? Yeah,
exactly.
we're not
Yeah,
saying you can't
if
do
you can
any.
handle it.
Not saying you can't do any. Wants. It's just
Yeah,
plan for it. Because
plan
they're
for look at your budget and see what what you can afford. So,
right.
and the next one is also a big one coming to this was gifting beyond your means.
Yeah.
That's like trying to keep up with the Joneses, and you see somebody else gifting. Well, I got a gift. It's this wedding, that wedding, this birthday, that birthday, and
Yeah.
I got a gift. Much I don't know. You got to stop that in retirement.
Yeah. Or again, just budget for it. But yeah, you don't want to. I mean, you can't take it with you, but you don't know how long you're going to live, so you want to keep the funds
No,
coming in,
there's
right?
extravagant. People retire and think, there's a lot of everybody's abilities are different, right, Paul? You may
Yeah.
go to a wedding where, let's say, your siblings are there and they're gifting. Maybe they're millionaires. They can easily gift, $1,000. You may only be able to gift $200, right, or whatever. But so
Yeah.
don't say, well, you know what? If he's gifting 1,000, I'll do that too, kind of thing. Or otherwise, I'm going to look bad. No, you gotta, this gifting beyond your means is definitely what gets trips up a lot of seniors,
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, for sure.
right? So these points can and taken in together, these are all definitely wants, and if you can afford it, right, Paul, then it's
Yeah.
good. If you can't
Yeah.
afford it, then you can downgrade it to it or work with it, kind of thing.
Yeah.
So, and if you can't at all afford it, then like upgrading your car, kind of thing, then just don't do it,
Right. Exactly.
right?
It's not a necessary thing, but like I said, if you want something, then plan for it. Don't, you know, just you got to think okay, what's the price? Do I want it? Do I really need it? Sit for 24 hours to think about it, and then if you still
Yeah,
want it, then got it. If you have the funds, then get it. If you don't have the funds,
exactly.
save and then get it. So,
Yeah,
nothing is out of reach, right? It's just
I always,
if
we've
you want to
always
go on a
said,
nice trip, save for the year and go
yeah,
on that nice trip.
yeah, yeah.
Everything's attainable. You just how am I going to get there? That's all.
Yeah, and if you don't have those means, and you're like, okay, this is the only thing that I can do, then that's the only thing that you do, right?
Yeah,
So,
yeah,
because if you, and I'll say this about wants, if you can remove it without harming your health or safety, then it's a want,
yeah.
you know.
Right.
So that's what it is. So there's as Paul and I were looking at a simple three filter test that everybody can run across, everybody can use. So before spending money on anything, ask yourself, does this protect my health? Number two, does this protect my independence? Number three, does this meaningfully increase my joy or connection? So if you look at number one, does this protect my health? If the answer
Yeah,
is yes, then you need it. Does this protect my independence? If the answer is yes, then you need it. Does this meaningfully increase my joy or connection? If the answer is yes, then I guess then it's going to be a need. But most likely the answer might be no, and it'll be a want.
yeah. Right.
So you got to be responsible. These are things everybody should have learned. When you be in the last 40 years of your life, and
Yeah,
now you're responsible enough that you should know what these
yeah,
are, right?
yeah,
So so it's important to look at your wants and look at your needs in order to be able to make your retirement go along smoothly. So I'll people always, I'll end it with these few words, Paul. The biggest retirement mistake is confusing, which is hoarding money equals security or overspending equals freedom. You can't do either one. You can't hoard money, right, Paul, and
right.
think, oh, I'm safe, or overspending equals freedom. Neither one is good. Got to
Yeah,
stay at the center. Yeah.
yeah. A balance. Yeah,
Yeah, and wisdom is balance. You worked decades to get here. Retirement spending should feel intentional, calm, guilt-free, and sustainable.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
So
Because
that's where we
again,
are. But
no one knows how long they're going to retire for,
exactly.
right? It could be 5 years,
Yeah.
could be 30 years. Who knows? And this, you want to plan for the distance and
Yeah.
enjoy it. And yeah, because nobody knows. So just make sure you have enough to get you through the longest possible life. And if you follow everything, if you're working out and you got healthy, you're eating properly, you know, it, you're going to lengthen your life a little bit. So yeah,
For
just
sure.
be
Absolutely.
smart about
And
it.
it'll be a comfortable retirement, right? Not a
Oh
worried
yeah,
retirement, not a hack. You mean you don't want to go back to work. You want to, so you got to look at your wants and needs. It's
yeah,
important,
yeah.
right?
I
So
find I'm just a simple guy, so I don't need all the
same here.
bells and whistles, and
Yeah.
I save for what I want, and that's it. If I can afford it, then I'll get it. If I can't, then I'll wait.
Exactly. And
Yeah,
that's it, ladies and gentlemen. Hey, listen, thank you for all our viewers, our subscribers. Thank you for watching. If you're new here, you've happened to land here, please please subscribe, and please turn on your notifications and share it with your friends. Thank you very much for watching. We everything we do is free. There's no paywalls of any kind, no advertising, as you can see. So everything is free. And so if you put a comment in, let us know where you're listening from, what city, what country, and let us know how you handle your wants and needs. So thank you very much. Please like, subscribe, and turn on your notifications and share with your friends. And we'll see you same time, same place, same channel next week. Take care. Bye-bye.
Bye.